You know, the idea that he could actually be killed in battle is devastating, the thought of that for Mary. I think is the love of her life.
Matthew's changed quite a lot. I think he's sort of hardened a bit. That might have something to do with Lady Mary. But he's also, in the meantime, met his fiancée, Lavinia. We can assume he's only met her a few times, really, but things get quite intensified in war, and he's looking for a nice girl to marry who's not too encumbered by all the trappings of all this, you know. And I think he wants what he would consider quite a normal life.
I've found someone now, and I want you to do the same.
Lavinia wears her heart on her sleeve, you know, she loves Matthew and she's not afraid to show it, and there's nothing stopping that love, you know, it's really straightforward, open and honest.
If he died, I don't think I could go on living.
Lavinia clocks how close Mary and Matthew are, and whilst she's may not be completely comfortable with that, technically they're rivals over Matthew, but on the other, they're kindred spirits in many ways, and the way they both feel about Matthew actually seems to bring them closer. I think Mary respects that and kind of wishes she could hate Lavinia, but can't.
Mary, I think, justifiably, recognises in herself that if she is not to have Matthew, who is the man she is in love with, then the quality that Matthew has that she must have is an outsider. She is not going to be happy with nice Lord Tiddlypush just, you know, opening the fate. That isn't who she is. She wants power, and what Carlisle can give her is that social muscle.
He's nice, isn't he?
It's convenient, and they would work well together as man and wife. And actually, he has all of these advantages and traits that Mary actually, I think in series 1, would have looked for in a man. He's extremely rich, he's really good looking, he's a society man, he knows everyone. I think if he'd have turned up in episode 1 of series 1, the show would be, that would be it.
Are you shocked by my bold and modern values?
Oh, Sir Richard, you flatter yourself.
He's a powerful man. I think he's a, charismatic, wealthy man. And I think he also sort of allows her to be herself.
He lives in a tough world. And will you be joining him there? Richard Carlisle is powerful. He's rich and getting richer. He wants to buy a proper house, with an estate. He says after the war, the market will be flooded and we can take our pick.
Oh. And you can dance on the grave of a fallen family.
He's new money. He's not inherited wealth, So Carlisle is definitely an outsider who they're suspicious of.
Mary tells me you're in newspapers.
Well, I own a few.
And they're both strong-minded and independent, so yeah, I think in some ways they're quite suited, and they've both got a kind of quite a cold, calculating side to them as well.
I think we do well together. We could be a good team.
Now that sounds better.
The combination of them, she is an earl's daughter, he is rich and powerful and frightening. Those two together could do anything they want.
Oh, William, I don't believe it.
Pinch me. I am your dream come true.
Potential romance is there. People like Mrs. Patmore and her superiors say, just go along with it because he's going to war. And I say to her a lot that it's the thought of her that gets me through it. And so they say to her, if you break his heart now, he'll never come back. Just go along with it to get him through the war, and when he comes back, then you can finish it.
Ooh, we'll have none of that. Why won't you let a Tommy kiss his sweetheart, Mrs. Patmore, when he's off to fight the Hun?
Put her down.
They are really good friends as well. So him going as her friend is really traumatic. Never mind him going as her accidental boyfriend. I think she feels duty-bound to say yes to him when he proposes. But she kind of knows she shouldn't, and then Mrs. Patmore says you've got to, because you can't let him go off to war, without that hope.
William's got more to say than a parliamentary candidate. What's the matter? I know it's my fault, but I wish I hadn't let him think that we're like sweethearts.
She's very much looking after William and wanting to protect him and make him feel as good as he can when he goes off to war and all the rest of it. She ends up pushing Daisy quite hard, but I think at the back of her mind, I think she thinks there is a potential relationship there.
I'd do anything to cheer you up.
Like what?
Like this?
all the relationships have this kind of extra intensity about them because there's all these extra burdens on their shoulders. It's a big period of change as well. So with Anna and Bates, their difficulties are more to do with his past, really.
Why are you sure she'll do it now when she's refused for so long?
Mother left me some money. Much more than I thought. Vera is a greedy woman. She won't refuse what I can offer her.
The stakes are raised massively, not only because it's wartime, but also because it seems that events are constantly conspiring against them to be together. So it's a real battle.
So you're Anna? I am.
On the one hand, they're given this extraordinary opportunity. He inherits the house and this money, but then he has to use all this material stuff to basically dissolve his marriage.
Sit down.
I don't want to sit down.
Bates's ex puts in an appearance. There's a nasty piece of work, if ever I saw one.
You see, if you don't come back to me, I'm going to the newspapers with a cracking story, and I'd like to bet the Granthams won't survive it.
Oh? They love each other. They just really, really love each other. So those moments of happiness that they do have in the second series, and they do, we really savour them, we treasure them, and invest a lot into them because there's a lot of struggle with the couple. But yeah, it was a big, big taboo to be a divorcee.
Thought it was you.
Hello?
Both very proud people as well. So I think their relationship has just developed from sharing those qualities and becoming closer and closer through that. So I think that's why it makes it such a sweet relationship, really, that it's those real kind of, the really important things that have attracted the two of them together.
Except for you to go away again.
No, that's done. You're stuck with me now.